Welcome back. We are on module 4, the part 3 of 3, the final step of creating a system. We're going to go through exactly the process of what you need to scale your business beyond just working with one client after another. We need to create a system, and we'll show you exactly how to do that.
Yeah, I'm really big on systems because the nice thing about systems is you know exactly what you need to do. And when things break, you don't blame yourself. You go in and fix the system. So I want you to know that the software that I use to create this set of 7 steps is Pipedrive. Pipedrive is software that's meant to be used to create these steps. They're meant for you to hold you accountable and to let you get to a goal. And it's a CRM that salespeople love. We'll have a link to this if you want it. I actually can give you even a little bit of free time on it, more than they ordinarily would give. But look at this. I created a slide just to be clear with you. I have no investment, no connection, no nothing with Pipedrive. Use whatever software you want. I know that this can become a really polarizing issue. What software do you use? And many of you have actually sent over different screenshots of the software that you use. Here's one that's used by many of our members. It's called SalesFlare. It also happens to have columns. Some of you, and this is from an actual member, use Spreadsheet. He uses this spreadsheet and he's really good about setting up his numbers in the spreadsheet. I don't care what you use. I really don't. I don't care if you use, frankly, I don't care what software you use to create your chatbot. I don't. It's about the ideas, not about the software. But I really do want you to have software that has stats. It has to have steps and stats in it. Steps so that you know step by step what to do. So you can take these 7 steps and put them in there so you can adjust those steps over time. And stats so you can see, how did I do? Look at this. This is a spreadsheet, but he's a spreadsheet wizard, so at least he knows, here's how many people I sent requests to. Here's how many of them converted. So whatever you use, make sure it has steps and stats. Start by setting up each step of your sales process. Each one of these steps you're going to set up in your software. And your goal is to get a card for each person that you want to go after in that leftmost column. And then you now know what your job is to keep moving their card over to the right, over to the right. If you use Pipedrive, here's how to do it. You go to the settings section and then you go to pipelines. It's funny, their name is Pipedrive, but it's called a pipeline. But there it is. That's how you can set it up. There are ways also in here for cards to turn red if you've ignored them for a certain amount of time. And I'd like you to explore those features, but don't get lost in them. Your goal is to make sure that you have each step in there. And use the stats to hold yourself accountable. I want you to not say, nobody loves me. I put this whole thing together. Andrew told me that this will work. I have to create a card for everyone. I sent people out and nobody loves me. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm a nobody. No wonder Andrew gets people because he knows more people. No, I want you to then go into stats and say to yourself, how many leads, how many people did I actually add to my pipeline in Pipedrive? And then look at that. How many did I add this week? How many did I add last week? Tam gave you an assignment to get 10 in. Did you do 10? And the stats will show you. The stats will tell you, are you moving people forward? And it's really important that you have that. A good goal to start off with is, as Tam recommends, 10 new potentials every single week. Every single week, add 10 new potential to there. And then keep moving those cards often. Keep moving them often. Tam, in a previous version of this, and I think everyone's going to get a copy of the previous version too if they want to see what we used to have in these modules, you said, I'm going to go get do you remember what this was that you were going to go get?
Yeah, a tattoo that said hustle.
Yeah, you said you believe in, why hustle so much?
Everything good in my life has come through hard work. And I love the word hustle because it just embodies the amount of hard work and sweat and blood, tears to get to what you want as your goal. So I got this tattoo very recently to remind myself that whenever I want something good in my life, I have to keep working hard. And I hope that this is inspiration for you because we can say all these things, you can watch all these modules, but unless you go out and do the work, nothing will happen. And the only way where you will succeed, even when setbacks come, even when obstacles go in your way, is if you keep hustling, if you keep working hard and going after your goal.
Yeah, this is the module. This is the work that's going to separate the people who get the results from the people who don't. There's so many people. I remember sitting down to dinner with people who saw Will Schroeder, a friend of mine, and saw Will freaking loved that. I don't know if he still drives it. Now that he's got kids, he probably got rid of it. But he was driving a Rolls Royce. Who the hell who's under 50 drives a Rolls Royce? Here's this guy in his 20s or 30s driving a freaking Rolls Royce. How did he do it? And everyone was in awe. And he had an agency, and what separated him from all the other people who can build web pages was he hustled to get clients. He walked door to door to get clients. And so you said, I would love to have a tattoo that said hustle. You actually did it. This is the separation. This is the separation. So your job is to keep loading in those new potentials. Add 10 new potentials each week. Move those cards often. So don't just add them in there, but make sure you collect their contact info. Don't just collect their contact info, but touch in with them, offer to do the demo, remind them of the demo instead of feeling bad for yourself, and so on. And if things aren't working for you, don't blame yourself. Don't blame chatbots. Don't blame the universe. Don't blame God. Don't blame all these other things. Instead, fix the problems with your system. It's not your fault. It's a system. Adjust the system. So for example, let's say nobody responds to your email. That's a problem. No doubt about it. You're sending out these touch-in emails. You're sending out these demo emails. No one's responding. Well, how do you solve it? You fix your system. You're no longer using Gmail to send those out. You're no longer using the free account that you had before. Now you switch and use email that targets, that tracks open rates. And there are tons of those. There's Tout app, there's Boomerang for Gmail, there's Banana Tag, there are tons of apps that you can use. And then you can see, are they even opening it or not? If they're not opening your email, and this will give you those stats, if they're not opening your email, then it means that you need better subject lines. If they're opening your email and not clicking the link to see what you've sent them with your calendar, then you need to change the copy of your message. You want to just keep thinking about it. Where's the problem? Where's the solution? Where's the problem? Where's the solution? You keep looking throughout. Your job is not to blame yourself. Your job is not to move through this like a robot, but to say, what's the problem? What's a solution I can use? And you've got a group of people who are all chatbot makers who are going through similar issues that you can talk with. All right. This is where we would have ended it before. But we keep improving, as you guys see, this program as we learn from our graduates, as we learn from our own experience. And one of the things that we learn from our graduates, I told you earlier that you're going to get to see who Nick Julia is. Here's who Nick Julia is. He's someone who helped us with this advanced technique that I'm going to teach you right now. It's how to get referrals from your existing clients. And I'm actually going to add a slash to that, existing clients / existing relationships. Here's how we did it, and I want you to think about how you can apply this to your business. When I showed this to the relationship partner person at Dan Gamito at ManyChat, he said, "Bo, this is the best way that's worked for us at ManyChat to get clients." So I'm about to show you what Nick did. Here's Nick Julia, upper right. You can see Nick, I'm sorry, I've got an old Facebook photo of you, but for some reason I really like that photo. You look happy in that photo, and you're adventurous. That's kind of taken from one of your trips. Here's his website, Mind Heroes, and he's a chatbot maker who's working with a ton of customers. I don't think he knew a single thing about chatbots before he signed up for Bot Academy, but he's someone who hustles and keeps thinking of new ideas, and he keeps growing his business. We learn a lot from our graduates, and he's one of the best ones to learn from, and I urge you to get to know him and the other graduates to learn from them too. So here's what he did. He had a client who had this website on the left and a Facebook group on the right. That Facebook group is really popular, 135,529 members at the time that I took that screenshot. Actually, that he took that screenshot a few weeks ago. It's probably growing since then. And he helped them. He created a chatbot for him. Here's the actual stats from that chatbot for Completely Keto. 4,400 people. Look on the right. You can see he's running some clever ads to grow his client's chatbot. But he didn't stop there. He said, you know what? This guy who actually works on this, he's a copywriter. There's a photo of Harlan. Harlan is a copywriter too. And so don't copywriters have clients who, if they could afford to hire a copywriter, have a business that is strong enough to afford to hire other professionals? You would think, right? And so that's what he thought too. And so he said, hey, Harlan, look, you do copywriting and you've got a lot of clients. Some of those clients would probably want chatbots from me. How about if you tell them about this chatbot thing and I create the chatbots for your clients? Harlan said, you know, Nick, you're actually really good at this. Absolutely. And they made an agreement. In their agreement, Nick actually is not connected with and getting the names of all the clients, but instead Harlan says, hey, I've got this client. I'm going to sell them and I'm going to have Nick do it. And Nick is going to do the work and I will pay him. That's one relationship. Another relationship that he could have had was to say, Harlan, you introduce them to me and I'll give you a percentage of the sale. Another opportunity would have been to say, hey, Harlan, you introduce them to me, and for every lead that you send me, if they're a client of yours, I'll pay you a certain amount of money, whether or not I close it. So the way you work it depends on you. I just gave you 3 options. And frankly, I didn't make them up. They came from Nick. Those are 3 options that he has. But look at the work that he's been able to get. He's been able to get to e-commerce clients, to SEO, search engine optimization clients. He's been able to get to accountability networks. He's been able to get to people who he admires, like Mindvalley, able to access them. Mindvalley is a huge company in the online education space. He wouldn't have been able to reach Mindvalley if not for that connection to Harlan, a copywriter who's built up those relationships. So the advanced technique is to get referrals from your existing clients. I'm going to add a slash to that, existing relationships. So if he didn't do something for Harlan, if he didn't get these kind of results, it would be a little harder for him to say this chatbot works. But he could still lean on his friendship and still say, you work as a copywriter, would you introduce me? Okay, we've covered a lot here. Let's go over what we covered. Number 1, we said that you need to create a sales system with clear steps, with clear statistics to tell you whether you're doing the job or not. Number 2, when something fails, don't blame yourself. Fix the system. Number 3, keep going after those new leads. Think about Tam and his tattoo. Next time you see him in person, ask him to see that tattoo. He is a hustler. He's a hustler, and you need to get some of that in you. Feel that energy. And number 4, use your existing clients to get new ones. When you land a client, when you work with them, think about, how else can I get more clients? Think about who has your clients. All right, we've covered a lot. So what's next? Tim, why don't I leave it to you to tell us what is next now that we are done officially any second now with this module?
Oh, definitely. So we want you to get clients. We want you to get multiple clients. And once you get your first client and you have a very successful ROI with their business, we want to help you. We want to refer you clients that we get all the time. And the only way to do that for you is to get certified. And when you get certified with Bot Academy, you'll get this badge you can put on your website, your email signature, and so on. And what this means is that not only will you have shown to us that you have really great skills, you can build profitable marketing chatbots, you can work with clients, but we will give you a lot of trust and send you clients that come to Bot Academy wanting for someone to hire to build a bot for them. So on top of getting you new leads, you'll be associated with us and our reputation as the best bot makers or the best online educator in chatbots. So definitely work and hustle so you can get certified and we can give you more business.
Yeah, and not just us. We talked with Dan over at ManyChat, and he said, we have a lot of people who use our software who do not want to be using our software. They'd rather hire a professional. He came to me via Facebook Messenger and said, we've already been referring people to some of your graduates. Is there a way for us to have a closer relationship? And I said, absolutely. Our certified graduates go through a lot of work. They're well trained. He said, yeah, I know that. They are the kinds of people who could work with your clients. He said, yeah, I know that. I said, okay, let's make it happen. And so now when a business that's too big to build a chatbot on their own, we're talking about, I don't know actually if it's specifically Fortune 500 or Fortune 5000 companies, but these bigger companies who have someone on their team try out ManyChat because they went to a conference and they heard it works and they want someone to build it for them. When they need that, they go to ManyChat, and very often ManyChat refers them to one of our graduates. So get that certification. There's a little extra work involved in doing it, and we'll help you get there. But to close this out, let's make sure that you do the assignments. Tam, what are the action items for this section?
Yes, let's end it up with the action items. Number 1, we want you to set up your system with clear steps and stats. This way you know exactly how to improve for the future and where you have problems. Next, we want you to add 10 new leads into your system. Get them on that pipeline of Pipedrive or whatever CRM you use and get them inside. And last but not least, we want to remind yourself to check in 1 month later back into your system and see if you have any problems and fix them and improve the system and so on and so on.
Yeah. Keep improving that process. Keep improving that system. All right, Tam, why don't we bring up our webcams now again and close it out by saying goodbye officially to people. Let me make sure that I get to bring back this and bring back my webcam. There we go. All right. It's been a really intense, really deep course. Anyone who watched us from the beginning and didn't know how to build a chatbot now knows how to build a chatbot, knows how to populate it with content, how to actually get subscribers for it, and now at the end of this module, how to get clients. We are now at a point where you can actually build a real business. And this is not a theory. It's not something that we think might work if you do this, if you do that. We've seen it happen. We've shown you many of our graduates here. In our group, you'll have access to more of our graduates. Feel free to have candid conversations with them and say, hey, how did this work for you really? What did you do that was different? They will teach you. You'll get to then come back, build your business, and teach the rest of our community. And this is the way we keep growing and becoming the best place to learn how to build chatbots on the internet, say on the planet. Tam, thanks for leading this with me.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the community.
See you in there. Bye, everyone.